What's up everybody? I'm SuperSonicJB, and the other day I made a very important decision, and that decision was that from now on, I'm going to be living underwater. That's why these bubbles are everywhere. Now you're probably wondering to yourself, SuperSonicJB, why on earth are you living underwater? Well, there's a few reasons, honestly. Well, for one, it's really cheap. 2, I get to see some awesome sea life. And 3, I get to finally live out my dream of studying starfish and seeing what it's like living as them underwater. Of course, I could have just played Starfy on the DS instead. How am I breathing underwater?
Hey, look, it's Patrick Star. No, wait, that's not right. It's that other famous starfish, Starfy. Now, some of you out there are probably saying to yourself,
who the fuck are you?
Well, this cute little yellow star guy, who apparently isn't a star nor a starfish at all, is named Starfy. Starfy is a game series developed by a company named Tosei and published by Nintendo for their handheld systems during the 2000s. It's a series of platformers that has a big focus on underwater level design, meaning that most of the time, you'll be swimming in these levels. Yeah, this game actually made underwater levels fun. Can you believe that? Here's the thing though, most of Starfy's games were exclusive to Japan and never released worldwide. Until 2024, when Nintendo Switch Online added it to the Game Boy Advance collection. But they didn't translate it, so if you don't speak Japanese, then you're probably not going to understand what's going on. I think this crap said something about a dance party, I don't know. However, one game made its way outside Japan, and that was the Legendary Starfy on the DS. It was released back in 2008 in Japan and 2009 everywhere else. It sold decently and got a lot of great reviews, and it was a game that was heavily similar to the Kirby games. But instead of having a pink puffball, now you have a yellow star thing. Now, my first introduction to Starfy was actually through Super Mario Maker. They added a mystery mushroom costume of him, then he appeared as this trophy in Smash Bros, and he had some cameos in other Nintendo games. Now, I've always been a big fan of the Kirby games, and after seeing how similar this game series is to Kirby, I knew I had to check it out and make a review on it, so without further ado, let's take a look at the Legendary Starfy on the DS. Off the bat, I gotta say, this title screen is so awesome. The art and animations look great, and Starfy's facial expressions are so freaking funny. Heck, even the file select screen looks pretty good. So the game starts off with a pretty long opening cutscene. It tells us about the prince of a place called Puff Top, who is named Starfy. Oh snap, that's the title of the game! One day Starfy was taking a nap, but then this thing with the rabbit ears crashed down into his house. Starfy, being the kind-hearted guy he is, tries to become his friend, but then these 3 shadowy goon guys pop up and attempt to kidnap the little blue bunny guy. So Starfy fights against them, and the little blue bunny guy takes his opportunity to escape. The 3 goons go after him, and say that they'll be back later to get their revenge on Starfy. Starfy then meets up with his good friend Mo. Also, it turns out this bunny guy jumped off the cloud top kingdom of Puff Top down into the ocean. Starfy is worried about the safety of his new friend, so he decides to jump down into the ocean in an attempt to save his friend, while his friend Mo is holding on to him. Also, apparently there's a squid monster down here, but I doubt we'll come across that guy. Oh, well, I take that back. Oh hey look, it's our little friend, but oh no, the giant squid monster took him away! So now Starfy must chase after him, and now we can finally start playing the game. So yeah, you can swim in any direction using the D-pad here, and you can do the spin attack to destroy things in your path. Each stage also has these doors that you can go through to get to another section of the level, just like in the Kirby games. We go inside this door here and meet this little mermaid. She acts as our guide throughout the game, and she can save your game for you. She tells you the latest mermaid gossip, which is basically just tips on how to play the game. As you play on through a level, you'll come across some pearls. These can replenish your health, and you can use them to purchase items at Mo's Case, which is a shop you can access on the map screen. In each level, you'll come across these treasure chests. These will contain things such as diary entries for some of the characters in the game, or costumes, or even power-ups. Later in the first level, we run into Mo, who informs us that he lost a giant squid. Also, apparently Starfy has a magic crystal with him now that the bunny guy dropped earlier, and he wants to return it to him ASAP. So yeah, now our grand adventure truly begins, and we can go from level to level on this level select screen. In the second level, we meet Herman the Hermit Crab, who asks us to rescue his 10 coddies. And now we can start attacking enemies with our star spin. Just don't use it too much, or else you'll get really dizzy, which I'll admit is kinda dumb, but whatever. Also, holy crap, is that a dirty bubble?
Oh, and make him eat dirt!
Anyways, after rescuing Herman's coddies, we return into him and continue on with the level. We do run into him later in the level, and we have an option to do a quest for him and search for his rare 5 red pearls. Now, doing quests like these can unlock some cool stuff for you, like bonus levels, so I'd recommend doing them if you can. You'll also unlock Mo's Sniffer ability, which lets you find secret doors and treasure chests easily. And just look at him staring into your soul here.
I know what you did last night.
Now, something I want to mention is how unbelievably easy this game is. Like really, this is one of the easiest 2D platformers that I've ever played. But this doesn't make it a bad game, no, far from it. This game is so much fun. It's very simple, yes, but the level design is great, and the controls are so good. Each level also has its own unique theme, which is pretty cool. Sometimes you'll be on land, sometimes you'll be in the ocean, some levels have you navigate through the windy sky, and sometimes you could be doing something like carrying mushrooms. It's really awesome. Eventually we find a giant squid and our little friend, who is apparently named Bunsen, and we work together to beat the squid down. Turns out Bunsen has the power to transform into other creatures, with each creature having an ability, like breathing fire, flying around, or turning their freaking whole body into a long-ass sword to kill everything in their path. That one is truly amazing. We also fight several bosses throughout the game, and all of them are super easy. Like the giant squid boss can literally be beaten in seconds, thanks to Bunsen's transformation powers. Also, some boss enemies have 3D models, which look a little strange in this 2D sprite game. Also, we find out that Bunsen has apparently lost his memory, but we can get these crystals that he lost to help him regain his memories back. Each world has a crystal you can obtain by beating a boss. So in order to beat the game, you'll need to get all the crystals, which surprisingly can take a little while because this game is kinda long honestly, especially if you're going for 100%. There's even 2 whole bonus worlds you can play through, which is really cool. Also, can I just say that Starfy's running animation here is one of the greatest things that I've ever witnessed? There's also some fun little mini games that you can play that all heavily use the touchscreen controls. They're pretty fun, but they do get kind of repetitive after a while. The game's music is also really nice, with it being a lot of chill and relaxing tunes, as well as some energetic and fast tunes too. The game's art style is absolutely beautiful. I'd say this is some of the best sprite work I've ever seen done on a DS game. And honestly, I don't have much more else to say about this game. Overall, I thought the Legendary Starfy was an amazing game with super fun gameplay. Is it perfect? No, it's definitely way too easy, and it would be nice to have a harder difficulty mode available, and some of the quests in the game are kinda boring, but it's such a charming and fun game, and the good stuff outweighs the bad stuff big time. If you like Kirby, then you definitely love this game, and I highly recommend playing it if you haven't already. I mean, it made underwater levels fun! That automatically follows it as a masterpiece.
So yeah, that was a Legendary Starfy, and like I said, it's a really awesome game. After playing through it, I definitely wish they would make another Starfy game, but at this point in 2025, Starfy is pretty much dead. Aside from being in cameos. I wish I knew that before I moved underwater, for crying out loud.